For my zero dilution, I have my calcium chloride solution into a 100 milliliter volumetric flask labeled as S1 and S2. I'm then using a 25 milliliter volumetric pipette with the bulb to grab some of my initial calcium chloride solution and pour it into our S2 volumetric flask. I am then using a wash bottle with deionized water to fill our volumetric flask up to the line. When filling your volumetric flask up to the line, you have to make sure not to overshoot it as you will have to restart the solution. To have an accurate measurement, we have to make sure that the bottom of the meniscus is right on top of the volumetric flask line. And when measuring with any glassware, you have to make sure to look at it at eye level or else it will not be accurate. I'm now wiggling my cup parafilm to make sure to separate the protective layer from the parafilm itself. To place the parafilm, I put it on the top of the edge of the glass and stretch it over the opening, making sure to use the heat of my hands to secure it properly. I then place my thumb on the top of the parafilm to secure it further and invert it a few times to mix. I then repeat the previous process, grabbing 25 milliliter of our S1 solution to dilute it into our S2 solution. Again, we have to make sure we do not overshoot the line as we would have to restart the solution and just always look at it at eye level. For titration, we will use a volumetric pipette to transfer 10 milliliters of our S2 solution into a 125 milliliter Erlenmeyer flask. I then added our sodium bisulfite and we are grabbing 1 to 2 drops of our methyl orange indicator. Lastly, I made sure to swirl to mix the solution. I am also adding 20 milliliters of deionized water just so it will fully submerge our stir bar and also for better visibility. For our setup, I'm attaching a burette clamp to our ring stand. To prepare our burette for the titration, I'm rinsing it with a few mLs of deionized water to rinse out any residue from previous experiments. I'm making sure to swirl it around so it fully coats the inside of the barrel. It is also very important that you dispense some of your deionized water so the tip is also rinsed. I am now repeating the previous process with our silver nitrate instead. Again, we're making sure to fully coat the inside of the barrel without getting any of our solution in our gloves because silver nitrate is toxic. Now I'm filling my burette up to the 0 mark with our silver nitrate, making sure to do it at eye level not only to measure it correctly, but also for safety reasons. When placing the burette on the burette clamp, you have to always make sure it is straight and not tipping on one side or the other, as that may affect your measurements. And as the last step of our setup, I am just placing a stir bar in our solution. I'm going to start stirring at a medium to high level, and for our titration, we are able to dispense some of our silver nitrate initially to get our initial solution a little bit of a cloudy yellow with the solid precipitating. Then when we reach that cloudy yellow, we are able to just open the burette slightly so we can get a drop-wise flow. Our titration will then go from a yellow to an orange peachy color, and we know we have reached our equivalence point when we reach a full pink, so no orange is left.